Hello! Hope all's fantastic. Today we're going to talk about a famous YouTuber, Chris Stuckmann. I may be late to the game, about 2.5 weeks or 2.7 weeks in the drama of his critique of Madame Web, which he had the thumbnail in his YouTube video, but also he did not talk about the film, even though he beat around the bush and more than likely did not like it. But he is within the realm of being in the industry now, so he probably wants to dance around the bush and make sure he doesn't step on any thorns with people. Criticism isn't bashing, it's not bullying, it's not even being a meanie weenie. It's ridiculous to say it's bashing artists and filmmakers. Filmmakers need to know what the critics want, and I think it's ridiculous if you aren't going to criticize a film. It's okay to have your opinion and review only positive things of movies and so forth, but that's not how a filmmaker learns. Martin Scorsese is well known for being up to tabs with Roger Ebert with his critiquing of his movies and so forth, which made Martin Scorsese learn of a different eye of what to do and how to make his movies better and so forth. So if you're not going to critique an artwork, how are you going to learn? It's sort of like modern times of learning. Everybody gets a trophy. It's quite alright, as long as you did it. Of course, filmmaking is very hard. I did my own indie film and many short films as well. I went to film school, and I did a lot of short films and so forth that were quite bad. And how did I know that I did bad? Well, besides watching the amazing work, well, it was because teachers and so forth gave me a bashing of what not to do or what was bad about it. I think it's quite good to be honest with artwork and so forth. Everybody has an opinion. Even with my drawings and so forth. I was a horrible artist, and my drawing teacher in Savannah College of Art and Design, SCAD, I had no idea how to draw. But then, thankfully, I had I think it was life drawing, and that teacher said he would fail me unless I learned how to properly draw. And he critiqued my work and broke it down of what I needed to do. And now I can draw. Here's a few of my artworks. Thankfully, if I wasn't criticized or analyzed of my work, I wouldn't learn what to do. Speaking of which, my indie film, Glitter Tang, I didn't even release it. I'll probably release it on my channel in the future, but I'm proud that I made it, and it took a while to make. It took over a year, thanks to the pandemic, and I broke it down with script analysis. I worked with the actors and actresses. I did all the props, thought about all the lighting and so forth, but in the end, it didn't work out well. I shot it wrong. But if Stuckmann reviewed my film, he'd probably beat around the bush and just say the lighting was amazing, and that was about it. Give it an A+, I don't know. But I wouldn't learn from anything. And that's the main issue, I think, with people criticizing Stuckmann on his reviews. It's quite alright that he wants to do something different, but if you don't like that, then you can unsubscribe from him. Critical Drinker is known to have multiple film industry people watch his reviews. Chris Stuckmann, on the other hand, more than likely has none. Except probably now that he has a film being made or is in post-production, he's got his way into the society. He wants to get into the industry, which he now has, but will only criticize the studios and not the filmmakers. So I'm very curious, what if his film flops? What if people don't like it? Is he going to be offended if people don't like his work or critique his work? Or does he want to only see people give him positive reviews? How will he learn? Maybe he'll make another bad film. Like the director of Resident Evil, I don't remember his name, he makes a lot of horrible movies. Or the Sixth Sense guy, he has a lot of flops as well. I don't think he really listens to his critiques of what he is making or anything about that. You can really understand a filmmaker when they don't get critiqued at all. It's quite a shame actually, but how else do you learn? Filming is very hard, of course. There's a lot of aspects to go into it, and especially for money, audio, lighting, getting the right crew, getting the right actors and actresses. On that merit, I failed on mine, but I was well aware. And even a lot of people, or the actors and actresses, and even my parents, told me of what they enjoyed, but what they did not enjoy. And that's how I learned. If it was Stuckmann, I would just get great visuals, which I just said that. But anyway, curious on your thoughts of this situation of Stuckmann himself. Not necessarily his views on what great films are nowadays, or analyzing great films in general, but what about the bad films? I love his old reviews where he would criticize other movies and so forth. I'm not sure if the directors or writers would see his work, but they'd probably learn a few things just from an outsider's perspective. Even if Stuckmann at that time was not ill-prepared or not a DP or anything like that in the film industry, but it's also great understanding of what you can do better. With my own YouTube channel, I wouldn't learn anything, and my videos wouldn't change from the past, I would say, year that I've been doing this now. And I've improved greatly, I believe. Thankfully, because of the comments that I receive from you guys, or you ladies, from giving me good advice, saying it was a great video, but the audio is horrible, or the lighting is bad, or you look off the camera too much, etc. And nowadays, I'm doing much better. So thank you for the critiques. That's how you learn. Nothing wrong with critiquing an individual. Even if I get into the film industry, which I would love to do so, and get into Hollywood, I'd still critique films the way anybody else would. I'd have an idea, or I'd have a own perspective of how things might go better, or maybe things that they could improve upon, but it's just my opinion. So I'm curious why he doesn't put his own opinion on anything. He just sugarcoats it. Anyway, what are your thoughts down in the comments below? Thanks. Have a great one. Bye.